When I got my own place after college, I got the idea to paint a room in Vanta Black to try different lighting experiments with. My best friend John offered to help me paint the room, but apparently didn't know what Vanta Black is. For reference, Vanta Black paint only reflects 0.035% of the light that touches it. That makes it, and the dimensions of anything painted with it, nearly imperceptible. This makes more sense if we think of it as being that we don't see objects and that we instead see the light that bounces off of their surface. That said, were I to hold a ball that was painted with Vanta Black, I would appear to be holding a black hole. After we started painting the second wall, he realized that he could no longer make out the corner of the room in the field of black that we covered it in. This gave him an idea to add to my own. He would dye a full-body suit, including a ski mask, in the remaining Vanta Black paint, and use it for a friendly prank while I presented the room to our other friends. When the day came, he put on this suit and entered the room. As he stepped into the doorway, the silhouette of his cloaked form blended with the black on the wall so well, he had to let me know when he had moved against the back wall. Our friends arrived to see my new home shortly after, and I ushered them in, saying that I had a neat trick to show them in a certain room. They entered confused at what they were seeing, but also intrigued. Some of them recorded the bizarre effect with their phones, and the others poked at the wall trying to figure out exactly why they couldn't see what was clearly there. I stood back, waiting for one of them to bump into John. After a few minutes, he hadn't revealed himself, and I began to get impatient, so I decided to speed things up. Try checking across the walls. I actually still have a few items on them. You just can't see them as they were also painted over. Curious, they began running their hands across different areas of the wall, including the back wall that he said he was standing against, but hit nothing. Frustrated, I put my hand against the corner and walked across each wall, never lifting that hand. John wasn't in there. He wasn't anywhere in the house. I explained the prank we had set up. They figured he must have gotten bored with the idea and left before everyone arrived. After a few days, no one had heard from John, and soon after that, our friends stopped taking my calls. I could easily guess what they must have thought. That was all a few months ago. I never found John. There was a police investigation that was surprisingly short-lived, as they simply didn't have any data to pursue an investigation on. It was done, and I was done looking until recently. Maybe it's just guilt eating at me, but I've begun hearing John's voice calling for help in the last few days, but can never find the source of the sound. In addition to that, last night, I had a dream about John. He was lost, walking alone through a dark void. In all directions, he could only see an endless sea of black, but in the dark, some massive, obscured creature towered far overhead, watching him like a child playing with a bug in a box.